like Marvel a lot, and I think a lot of people would agree to that. I think that many people, both kids and adults, can say that they're huge fans of their work. Some might even go so far to say that they grew up with it as a kid. Maybe it's cause, as filmmakers, they know what they're doing. You look at movies from Iron Man and Infinity War, and it's pretty safe to say that there's more than a handful of films out there many people can call their favorite movie of all time. But you wanna know what kinda boggles my mind? The fact that we know, not think, but know that everyone that got dusted is coming back. Like, people cried for them in the theater. This is no place to die. Dies. Tony, there was no other way. Flies the other way. I don't wanna go. Goes. And a second later, we see Tom Holland filming his next Spider-Man movie, which is supposed to take place minutes after the 4th Avengers movie, which is also supposed to be a send-off to the original 6. So I kinda wanted to do a who should play the new Avengers video, cause these guys aren't gonna be here forever. There's 100 characters on that list according to Wikipedia, so let's just get started. I actually have 3 picks for this one. The first 2 have played superheroes before, and the first one being Christian Bale. He's got the range to pull it off, he can easily bulk up for it, and he's already British, so he doesn't really have to fake an accent. The problem is, though, no one really knows if he's gonna be up for it again, cause he's already dealt with the whole superhero stuff back when he was Batman. And he's one of those actors that likes to try new things rather than stay in his comfort zone. Second guy is Ioan Gruffudd. He was Mr. Fantastic in the old Fantastic Four movies, and I honestly think he and Chris Evans were the best things about those films. I feel kinda bad for him, cause the things he's been in lately aren't really well known, or they aren't really the best. He's even expressed wanting to come back to superheroes if he had the chance, and I think he'd do well as this guy. He's a really solid, underrated actor, and I don't think he gets enough credit for the work he does. But my favorite pick, hands down, would have to be Ewan McGregor.
Hello there.
I haven't seen him in a lot of things lately, and apparently that's because he took a long break from acting. And dude deserves it. I think he deserves another shot at these kind of big budget movies. We've seen him do that noble, responsible, stoic guy in Star Wars, and that fits really well with this character. Captain Britain does have a bit of arrogance to him, and I'd love to see McGregor just go crazy with that. Luke Evans is always being thrown around in tons of fan casts, and it's mainly because he's a really good actor. I can see him as Kraven, I can see him as Sinestro, and I can see him as Namor. He's practically perfected the intimidating tone of voice that goes with the character, so why not? But a personal favorite of mine is Brian T. He's always played the guy with a chip on his shoulder, the bad guy, the edgelords.
You do not have the faintest idea what's going on.
He's done it so much so that I can see him making this one his own. He was in the MCU in like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something, but it's not like the same actor hasn't been used for more than one role in this world. Namor basically rides the line between a hero and an anti-hero. He's basically rude to everyone that isn't Atlantean. Alright, so as I was writing this script, I just found out that there's a huge debate about making Namor white or Asian. Some people are saying it's because of the way he was drawn, which... Alright, yeah, I admit, I always saw Namor as an Asian dude, and it's not cause I'm Asian, which I am, but at the end of the day, I don't think it really matters, cause Namor's human ethnicity barely even has an impact on him as a character. It's the Atlantean part that matters. They could really pick any actor of any color and it'd still be fine. Whoever they get, he's just gonna be an actor who says some lines, does some stunt work, and then he's done. Christopher Nolan didn't hire Aaron Eckhart because he had black hair like Two-Face. Fox didn't hire Hugh Jackman because he was the same size as Logan. They hired them because they were great actors. If you wanted to go off of looks rather than finding the right person for the right role, then they would have gotten Tommy Wiseau with a haircut to play Two-Face, because at least he has black hair.
Oh, hi, Mark.
And Danny DeVito to play the Wolverine, because at least he's closer to his actual height. That's it. That's what you wanted, right? You could literally pick someone who doesn't look anything like the character at all. And as long as the movie is great, and the actor does a great job, then they'll be praised. With that being said, the actors I chose are white and Asian. Lily James is really the only person that comes to mind here. She was wonderful in Baby Driver and Cinderella, but I don't think she's really shown all she's got yet. I think she could really bring that gravitas and confidence Songbird has. I think she'd be awesome in it if they gave her a shot at being a hero. There were actually some rumors out there saying that Spider-Woman was gonna show up in Spider-Man Far From Home. But this time, without her powers or the suit. She'd just be an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Which is weird, but it's not like they haven't trolled over one of their characters before. If they do go with the original Spider-Woman, with the suit and everything, I think Daisy Ridley would kill it in this role. Now say what you want about the new Star Wars movies. Whether you really like it, or you really hate it. You gotta admit, her acting is one of the best in the new franchise. A lot of people forget that she's in no way connected to Spider-Man. She's her own character. And I think with her presence, she can mold that idea, that she is her own character. I could also see her playing Kate Bishop, who's supposed to become Hawkeye after Jeremy Renner. Whichever role it is, I'd be totally fine with it. Nathan Fillion is Wonder Man. He was him, at least, in Guardians 2, but his scenes got cut from it. He can add that smarmy, wise guy attitude to him, sorta like what he did as Nathan Drake in that YouTube Uncharted fan video.
Wait. I don't want to micromanage this thing, but I think you're supposed to be asking questions in between the punching.
He was so close to being this character. I think he deserves an actual scene as him. Recasting him would be like going up to him and giving him a punch in the face. If you want to go the more serious route, maybe Michael J. White. I'm sure he'd be fine here. Literally a few months ago, I would have said Jake Gyllenhaal. Moon Knight's got the whole split personality thing going on. Some people even go so far to call him Marvel's Batman. But it's basically official that Gyllenhaal is playing Mysterio or some other guy in Spider-Man Far From Home. If they kill him off, what a waste. In my opinion, the next best thing is Rami Malek. A lot of actors think yelling and screaming makes them look intimidating and scary.
In the right file, according to alphabetical order. You know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R,
Shut up! But if you haven't seen the show Mr. Robot, him just laughing or even talking on there is the pinnacle of intimidation.
How long have you been working with Terrell? What did he tell you?
None of that matters right now.
This whole time, I thought you were helping me. But you've been manipulating me.
He never raises his voice, he never points a pointy object at someone, he's just great at acting. Alright, I'm not sure how old they're gonna make this character in the movies, cause he has a huge history with the Korean War. So if they're going for an older dude, then I'd go with Denzel Washington. He's basically a superhero in the Equalizer movies. If you're going for someone a little younger, then David Oyelowo.
It's actually Oyelowo.
Is another great choice. He killed it in Selma and literally everything I've seen him in. But if Marvel's going even younger than that, to the point where they rewrite the character as a whole for some reason, then John Boyega. Cause it's John Boyega. Many fans have been petitioning for John Krasinski to be Nova. And yeah, while I could see it, I think Marvel might want to play a bit more on the younger side for future movies. Spider-Man is the only young Avenger out there, so having him bounce off of someone else and relate to him would be ideal. Maybe like Charlie Rowe or Charlie Plummer or someone like that. Or how about, and I know this one's an oddball, but what about Evan Peters? Yeah, he's Quicksilver, but it's only a matter of months before the X-Men come back now. And it's almost certain they're not gonna keep any of the old actors. I get it, he's much older than Tom Holland, but like, it's Hollywood. He looks on the young side, and in the movie they can just say he's only 2 or 3 years older than him. So I'm really hoping he makes a jump as a new character. He's also got more range than you'd think. He's done the whole multiple split personality thing on American Horror Story.
Can I use your phone? My car broke down, pretty please.
I'm gonna need you to get off my property.
Can I use your restroom? Can't you see I'm an injured man? Aren't I a vulnerable class now?
I am going to call the police!
It's so easy. Until it's you they're coming for.
Jeez, man. In my honest opinion, I don't think they should just spray paint whoever they get for this role green. That looks silly and stupid. They'd never do- oh wait, she should be CGI when she's in her Hulk form. But for the human part of it, I'd say Charlize Theron. I don't know how she's not in the MCU yet. She's a very talented actress, and that's not an opinion, that's a fact. Her acting awards literally take up half of the screen on Google. That's how you know it's a fact. After watching Atomic Blonde and Mad Max, she is the definition of an action hero. I really would like to see her tackle something in Marvel, whether it be Silver Sable or this role. Alright, I'm not gonna pretend I know anyone from Miss Marvel, because I don't. I'd recommend they actually go for some unknown. I know I said earlier that you could ethnically swap actors that are right for the role, but I don't think you can do the same here. Her ethnicity plays a big part in her character, so I don't think you should just get someone new, alright? If you really want an answer from me, I don't know, Naomi Scott. Even that's a stretch. Maybe Charlie Hunnam. He can do that whole Captain America-esque attitude while still showing self-doubt in himself. He's decent at his work, and I'd upvote him on this role for sure. But what about Evan Peters? Like, I know I said he would be a pretty cool Nova, but why not Quasar if he doesn't get that one? He's a really underrated and has amazing range. And sure, he's not the beefiest guy out there, but he can bulk up no problem if he really needed to. Anybody could. Evan, please, if you're watching this, they're not gonna keep you as Quicksilver in the X-Men movies once the buyout is complete. They already have a guy for that, and he's dead.
You didn't see that coming?
No, shut up. I'm fine with him being Nova or Quasar. I just would really hate to see him get booted out of the superhero movie business because of a simple buyout. I would really like to see him try another superhero in the MCU this time. If you mix what he's done in True Blood, Tarzan, and Big Little Lies, then you got a really solid choice for Sentry's character down to a T. Alexander Skarsgård is my only pick for this guy, so well, no, that's a lie. I could also see Aaron Eckhart doing this. They're pretty much neck and neck on my list, and it could go either way for me. Okay, we're at that part of the list where we're seeing people I already talked about in my older videos. But I got some new actors in mind, so we're just gonna speed around through it. I still think Jon Hamm would be a good Mr. Fantastic and Eliza Coupe a good Invisible Woman. But it's been said 1,000 times, and I 100% agree with them. John Krasinski and Emily Blunt would take those characters to a whole new level, especially after seeing them work together on A Quiet Place. They gotta work more together in the future, cause it just works. A while ago, I said Tom Hardy would make a great Ben Grimm, and I still stand by that. But I think David Harbour or Joel Edgerton would also be great as the Thing. And Johnny Storm, I've seen other choices, and I've been open to other choices. I could see Andrew Garfield be the Human Torch. I could even somewhat see Zac Efron be the Human Torch. That's gonna take some getting used to, but I could. But my number one pick is still Sam Claflin. His attitude in Catching Fire was pretty much spot on for him. To me, he just fits much more into the role than these two. Those are just my 2 cents on the whole thing, though. But what about Evan Peters? Turns out, only some of the X-Men were also Avengers. I'm still rooting for Yaya DaCosta for Storm. Beast, I'd go with David Harbour or Joel Edgerton, again. To be honest, whenever people fancast Beast or The Thing, I could see the actors they pick as interchangeable, I don't know why. Saoirse Ronan is my top choice for Rogue in the MCU. She's been nominated like 3 times already for an Oscar, and it kinda sucks she hasn't actually won one yet. And for Wolverine, Tom Hardy is still the only person I could see doing it. Which is kinda hard to say for sure though, because I honestly feel like they should cast someone new here too. Kinda like what they did with Hugh Jackman. Many people forget, but Hugh Jackman was not a household big name before he was the Wolverine. He was just doing some small town theater and stage stuff before that. Wow, we gotta start wrapping it up. This is getting ridiculous. Michael Fassbender or Matthew McConaughey? John Boyega or Jamie Foxx? I'm gonna go with Evan Peters again. When they finally decide to kill Peter Parker for reals this time, or have him retire, having chosen Jacobs or RJ Cyler as Miles Morales would be a nice change of pace. Ryan Potter. He's Beast Boy in DC's Titans, but who cares, he can be in both Marvel and DC. Eliza Dushku, because based on what she's done on Dollhouse and Buffy, I think she could do this character justice. Monica Raymond's name isn't really thrown around a lot, so I'd probably say her. Bill Skarsgård was great as It, and I think he'd be awesome as Hulkling as well. Logan Lerman. He tried being Percy Jackson, and even though I thought he did a good job there, the movies themselves couldn't help but feel like cheap Harry Potter knockoffs.
So Percy Jackson, it is pretty much Harry Potter. I mean, if we're just getting it out there, it's true. Instead of a school, they can't have a school, because that would really be ripping Harry Potter off, so now they hang out at day camp. Now Percy, Potter, Hermione, and Black Ron have to go out there and save the day.
I think this character is much more up his alleyway. This one isn't a joke this time. I would genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, want to see Evan Peters as Speed if we can't get him as Quicksilver. I don't know how this would work, since he's supposed to be Scarlet Witch's son, and he's older than Elizabeth in real life. But he'd be perfect for the role. Alexander Flores. He's not the best actor out there, but he was fine in the first 2 Maze Runner movies, so I'd be cool with him doing it. Just keep Ryan Reynolds. Stephen Lang. Stephen Lang was a guy I was kind of rooting for when they were still casting Cable in the Deadpool sequel. I'd love to see him as Cable, especially after seeing him in Don't Breathe. Toby Kebbell was thrown under the bus in the most recent Fantastic Four movie, which sucks because he was awesome in Planet of the Apes and Black Mirror. He should get a second chance at being a superhero. Alright, yeah, I'm done. There's no way I'm finishing this list. I'm pretty sure we're never gonna even see some of these lesser known characters in the MCU. I don't even know some of these characters anymore. So let me know who you'd cast as these other characters on the list. Or better yet, who would you cast as some of the people I listed? But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. For more of my videos, just click right here.